Cable theft has always been a big problem in the UK. Thieves have even nicked cables from train track signalling, bringing the trains to a standstill. Now that EV chargers are popping up everywhere, it's a new and convenient source of cable for thieves. They're not only cutting the big fat cables on public rapid chargers, but now also the thin cables from home EV chargers. The network operators are fighting back, and these chargers here show how Instavolt is tackling the problem. As well as additional CCTV, each cable is now protected with this outer sheath, and within this is a UV dye, which also includes an identifier to link to a specific location. So that dye will be on the removed cable and hopefully on the thieves' hands and cutting tools. The cable on DC rapid chargers is obviously very thick due to the power of these chargers, so you can understand why thieves are attracted to them. Depending on the power of the charger, the copper cores within the cable are between 35 and 70 millimeters squared, and if they strip the copper out and scrap that in, they would get between 25 and 50 pounds for a 6 meter cable. But then it costs the network operator between 1,000 and 3,000 pounds to replace each cable. However, thieves are now also targeting EV chargers at home, which is moronic. A home EV charger is 7.3 kilowatt, which is 32 amp, and therefore the copper cores within the cables are much thinner. So how much copper is actually in a standard Type 2 home EV charging cable? Well, on most of them it tells you on the side, as it does here, 3 times 2.5 plus 1 times 0.75 millimeters square. So that's the sizes of the copper cores inside this cable. So on the end here I've split this one so you can see what's inside, and you've got your earth, live, neutral and your signal cable. And there's a lot of rubber and packing inside here which helps to keep the cable flexible, but there's actually very little copper in there. I feel that YouTube is broken. We don't get proper notifications from channels we're subscribed to unless you're using the mobile app. Many subscribers to this channel do not see new videos. I realise not all videos are for everyone, but the channel currently has over 36,000 subscribers, yet some videos are only seen by a few hundred subscribers. So I've set up a new mailing list to overcome this problem. Go to newvideos.co.uk and add your email address to get an email informing you of new videos on this channel. You won't get bombarded with unwanted emails, it'll be no more than a weekly roundup email. These home charger cables are typically 5 meters long. If a thief scrapped that in at today's prices, they would get £1.57 for a 5 meter cable. But if they stripped out the copper and scrapped it in as dry bright copper, they would get £2.64 for a 5 meter cable. My experience of scrapyards is that they underweigh too, so they're likely getting even less for the copper. I just can't see it's worth the effort. I think they assume there's more copper in these cables because it's an EV charger, and like it to a public rapid charger. If this happens to you, a replacement Type 2 cable costs about £90, and then you'll need an electrician to fit it, which I guess would cost about £100 or maybe more. So you're probably looking at a cost of around £200 to £250 to replace it. So what can you do to stop this? Obviously using a non-tethered charger doesn't have a cable, so you aren't at risk. But then you've got the additional hassle of getting your cable out of the car and then putting it back in the boot when you've unplugged it. I'm hoping this video might help too and show that there's no value in these home charging cables. So please do share this video and let me know your thoughts or anti-theft ideas in the comments. And I'm sure there'll be some anti-EVers saying in the comments, that's another reason why I'll never get an EV. But remember that the theft of catalytic converters is a much bigger issue. This cable theft isn't disabling the cars, only the refueling stations. The videos I make on this channel are primarily to help others and share knowledge. If you found a video helpful, please show your appreciation by at least clicking the thumbs up button, and leaving a comment also helps too, as does subscribing to the channel. All of this is free of charge. I do not use paid memberships or Patreon, which is how most YouTubers earn their money. I only earn from the YouTube ad commissions. But under every video on this channel is a super thanks button. So if you found a video particularly useful, or maybe it saved you money or time, then please consider a donation using the super thanks button. You could buy me a coffee, a pint, or contribute to the running cost of this channel. There's over 1100 videos on this channel now, so please have a browse, use the search, and have a look at the playlists.